to actually speak to the product and listen to what's going on in your solution. So at Avaya, we've developed a remote connectivity solution that we call Secure Access Link, or SAL. And in addition to all the other tools that SAL enables for us, SAL by itself has been shown to reduce time to resolution for your support issues by 42%. Right? And that means that when you contact us about an issue, we're actually able to solve it, start to finish, almost twice as fast when we have SAL in place. And that's because our engineers can then immediately access your system, grab logs, see what's going on, and take action, rather than having to coordinate a phone call with someone in your business, do a desktop sharing session. All of that adds time and really delays the resolution of your issue. Now, today I'm not going to go into the technical details like I usually do about how SAL works, but I do want to highlight a few things about what makes SAL different than any other remote connectivity solution you may already be familiar with. You see, SAL is not a VPN, right? The type of VPN you might use on your desktop in order to remotely connect into your corporate network, right? One of those that's always on, right? Instead, all connectivity is actually established from the SAL gateway, which is deployed in your network, to Avaya. So Avaya never actually connects into you. It's your network calling out to us. And what that means from a firewall perspective is that you don't have to open any inbound ports for your firewall, right? All connectivity is established outbound through the firewall over HTTPS. And that makes this much more secure because there's no inbound ports for some other malicious actor to try to take advantage of, right? So we only ask for outbound HTTPS from your site to our site. And the other part of the solution we designed in order to make sure it's secure for you is we don't store any of your IP addresses or fully qualified domain names of your servers in your environment. And all of that is stored locally in your network. We assign a unique ID that only Avaya knows about, and so that's how we get in. Furthermore, we enable our engineers to remotely authenticate into your systems without storing any static usernames and passwords. So again, this is about ensuring that there's nothing in our systems that would expose the security of your environment. We also have the SAL policy server, which is an additional application you can deploy that puts you in control of who accesses your system, when they access it, and how they access. And the way we do that is with simple white and black lists, but our most popular feature is what we call ask for approval. And that means anytime your business partner or Avaya attempts to remotely access into your system, you'll receive an email. And someone in your organization will actually have to manually approve that connection request. Right? And until you do, we can't get in. And that puts you in complete control, right? No one can access your systems without your explicit approval. And I mentioned the business partners. We've also designed this so that your authorized business partner who's providing you support, as well as Avaya, can access your systems through the same SAL gateway. So you just need one application, not multiple, in order to provide both organizations the ability to support and your systems. And in spring 2017, here in just a few months, we're bringing out the latest release of SAL, 3.0. And what 3.0 is going to give you is full keystroke logging. So when an engineer connects into the command line of your product, we will actually log every keystroke that engineer makes and provide that to you in an audit log. So you can rest assured that you can go back and see who accessed your system and exactly what commands they executed. And with that, we can also provide host containment, meaning that if an engineer connects into, say, your CM and is working and troubleshooting your CM, if they believe there might be an issue on your AES, you can force them to go back and connect back to the AES through SAL, rather than simply SSHing from the CM over to the AES, which we know a lot of you do what we call our alarm monitoring solution. We're actually able to help our customers reduce the likelihood of an outage by 73%. So I want you to think about what it feels like to have an outage. Right? Your system goes down in the middle of the night, you got to call in your team, right? Everyone's got to get on a call, right? You spend time troubleshooting, you get in support. All this takes time and frustration. Where if we can help you reduce those outages by 73%, think about what your team can be doing to add more value into your business instead of troubleshooting an outage. So let's walk through a use case. So here I've got a CM, right, the PBX connected to an IVR. And the PBX detects an issue on the IVR with resources that is preventing the IVR from playing announcements. So the CM sends an alert. It travels from the SAL gateway into the Avaya environment. We receive it, say, we need to do something about this. We open a ticket. And then the expert systems connects back into your system, runs a series of commands that are safe and been proven to resolve a resource issue like this. Right? So without involving any humans, we solved your issue in just a couple of minutes. And that's what experts really does for you. Right? Rather than waiting on humans to get involved and looking up in a book and figuring out what they need to do with an alarm, we have an automated system that receives the alarm and resolves that issue. So to put this in context, Avaya receives about 10 million alarms every month from systems deployed throughout the world. Right? Now most of that is noise, just informational alarms, nothing we really need to worry about. And so the first thing we do is we filter out all that noise, and that's about 99% of all alarms that are generated, that are actionable, that we need to go do something about. I have thousands of scripts written that say when this alarm comes in, this is how we solve it. And we're successful in programmatically solving it without any human intervention 93% of the time. Right? And of the 5,000 tickets that are left that have to go to one of our engineers, now that's 0.05% of all alarms I get. We're able to resolve those a lot faster. And part of the reason that is we will execute as part of our workflow our health check. So this tool will remotely connect into your system, grab the log files, grab the configuration, run it through an analyzer, and generate a report for our engineer. So when she gets the ticket, she already has your logs, your configuration, and a report telling her what the top 3 most likely problems are and exactly what she needs to do to resolve them. Right? This puts everything she needs right in her hands to immediately get involved and resolve your issue. And that allows us really fast resolution, even on the issues that I don't have a diagnostic script for. Now this health check tool that's built into our workflow is something we make available to everyone in this room on the support website. So you can log on to support.avaya.com, click on Diagnostics and Tools, and you'll find the health check app. And you can browse through your network, find the devices you want to run, and we'll validate that we can remotely connect into your system. We'll check to make sure that the product can generate an alarm and we can receive it properly. And then we'll run that configuration validation to make sure that everything's working properly configured on your product. And then generate that report and email the results. And that can be done ad hoc if you've got an issue that you're actively looking at, or if you want to take more of a proactive approach, you can schedule this. And the tool will run weekly or monthly, whatever you choose, with the results being emailed to your engineers. Now that's web-based diagnostics, but the tool that I hear the most excitement about when I talk with customers like you is our SLA log tool. This is an application that you deploy on your network, and it's something your engineers can access and leverage day in and day out, local, in your environment. And 2 main things it does. One, it provides endpoint diagnostics, the ability to remotely control our phones, as well as do packet captures and script the phone, so you can actually remotely control 50 phones simultaneously and script out a complex scenario. And we'll also do data networking. So I can monitor your underlying data network, whether it's a Avaya network or some other vendor. We're vendor agnostic of this, and tell you how your data network is performing. And this is a free tool. You can download it, we'll give you a license, as long as you have our Support Advantage preferred offer, which is our most popular offer on CM, this is a free entitlement for you. So I'll walk you through a couple use cases. So let's imagine that a contact center agent comes in the morning. Right? She sits down, she tries to log on, she can't get into the split. She's pushing all the right buttons, but it's not working. So she calls the help desk. The help desk is actually able to browse in the browser over typing the agent's phone and view exactly what's being displayed on that phone in real time. So he asks the call center agent, all right, reproduce that issue you're seeing. And what he's looking for here is the event log. He can see every touch, every button, and every screen tap that the call center agent makes, and can see that she's hitting all the right buttons, except when she's supposed to hit this button, it's not registering. Maybe the button on the phone isn't working properly. So now he tries. So using, again, this web interface, he's able to push the buttons on the phone, tap directly on the screen, and the phone doesn't know the difference between the agent doing it physically and our remote engineer doing it in the web browser. So he reproduces the same steps, but he's able to log in, confirming that the phone's programmed right, everything's working properly, but it's a malfunctioning button on the phone. And now he knows he can ship out a new phone to the call center agent. But what's even better is that because he has remote control over phones, he doesn't need to go on site. He can just ship her the phone, and when it arrives, she unboxes it, plugs it in, and as soon as it comes up on the network, he can see it, even before it's registered to the CM. And he can take control of it, register it, log in the agent, validate everything's working properly, and then tell her, okay, you're all set, ready to go. So let's move out of the contact center, and let's talk about a knowledge worker. Right? Like me, our knowledge worker here is on conference calls 6, 7, 8 hours a day. So she comes into work, and about 10 o'clock in the morning, she's experiencing voice quality issues. Many of you have probably heard it, right? Every third word's getting dropped or somebody sounds robotic. But she doesn't have the time to report it to IT. She's got a presentation to do. So she goes along her day. But at the end of the day, she does go ahead and report this issue to IT. So the next morning, IT gets it. And now they need to troubleshoot a voice quality issue that happened a day ago. And anyone who's tried to do that knows that's nearly impossible. But with SLA-Mon, we not only provide real-time network monitoring, but historical as well. We store 60 days worth of data. So the engineer is able to go back in time and see how the network link that her voice call was going over was performing at that time, and he sees this big spike, right, in packet delay. We're getting 500 millisecond packet delay. He knows the issue is almost certainly with the data network and not with the voice application layer. But he wants to take it a step further. He knows that they're using quality of service in their environment. So a large data transfer is something that shouldn't impact the voice quality this way. So he uses our hop-by-hop QoS tool. And this is a tool that nobody else in the industry has, not just for Avaya, but for any network vendor out there. We can show you hop by hop through the customer's network and even through the cloud, whether your quality of service tagging is being preserved. So for each IP address, every router, I can show you for voice, video, and data how the QoS tagging is being preserved. And sure enough, what he sees is although QoS is working fine in her office, when that voice call moves out of her office through the cloud to the main data center, the internet provider is not providing QoS, even though that was part of their contract. So now, one more scenario, and this is actually one I had a customer bring to me at a conference earlier this year. So the customer is an IT manager. He runs the IT shop for one of our customers. And he said, you know, it used to be the fact that when his contact center business unit, one of the organizations he's customers were having bad experience. It was impacting their CSAT scores, and they're really frustrated. So already he's back on his heels, right? He's in that reactive mode. He's no longer seen as part of helping solve the problem. He's just an insurance policy, right? right? Something's broken, we'll fix it. But once he deployed SLA Mon, our application detects those kind of network issues and sends an alert to him. So he knows that the EMOS score has dropped below a certain level and that voice is probably being impacted. And so with that information, he not only can put one of his engineers on the issue to troubleshoot it, but he puts a call into the contact center manager. Says, hey, I know you haven't reported an issue yet, but we've detected something. So I want to let you know that your agents might start experiencing some voice issues. But don't worry, we're already on it, we're going to get it solved, and I'll call you back as soon as we know it's solved. And he said this completely changed his relationship with the business. He's now seen as a partner in helping the contact center solve their issues and deliver on their objectives of a certain CSAT level. Okay? He's no longer just this insurance policy, in case things breaks, but he is actually part of their business, helping them deliver that. So I've talked to you today about all the entitlements you already get in your support health check and SLA Mon. These are fit-for-purpose applications for your Avaya app solution. But many of you want to take it to the next level. You're looking for a monitoring application that can dig down deep, call by call, maybe support a multi-vendor solution with proactive monitoring, etc. And that's where you want to look at some third-party vendors on the market. And we're lucky today to have IR here with us. They've had a booth right outside in the hallway. And they have a great application called Prognosis. And we work really closely with Prognosis, and we designed our solutions so they're very complementary. And so I'd like to go ahead and invite Daniel Davis up on the stage here to tell you a little bit more about Prognosis. Our alarm monitoring and our health check and SLA Mon tool for diagnostics. So my action to you is to talk with your account team. Again, whether it's through a business partner or through Avaya Direct, talk with your account team, right? See which of these you're entitled to. Most of you should be entitled to all of them. And make sure that you're taking advantage of them. My team and I are here to help support your account team in making sure that we get all the records registered properly and get all these entitlements set up so that you are getting the support experience that you're entitled to. And then again, while we do fit-for-purpose diagnostics and tooling for Avaya solutions, when you're running a multi-vendor solution, which many of you do, a tool like Prognosis is very helpful in making sure that you have good uptime and not running into any issues. So I encourage you to talk with Daniel and his colleagues. They've got a booth right outside the door here, and they can walk you through more use cases specific to your environment. So thank you all very much for your time, and I hope to see some of you on the water slides later this afternoon. Thank you.